Greetings, fellow adventurers and storytellers, and welcome back to Fail With Hope, a show where we like to pee on the floor. Where we also like to play Daggerheart, the beta playtest version. The full release is coming out in 8 days, so get ready for Daggerheart coming your way.
Woo! Daggerheart!
But while we've been playing the beta rule set,
we were not peeing on the floor.
We are not peeing on the floor today.
Nobody in this room has peed on the floor since we got here.
This floor, in particular.
We promise never to do it again. I'm not reading you guys any more stories.
But while exploring the Daggerheart play system, we have been exploring the kingdom of Tarkon, where our adventurers, Hygiene Spyjacks, have recently headed to Myr'Aht, the homeland of Uni, a wizard, who lives in a floating desert island on the borders of Virgin Kingdom, where a possible rift, at the very least, these monsters known as the Shiners, being enforced. So you all have been sent to find out what you can present to deal with it as best. In some regards, getting the Myr'Aht people to agree that they can deal with this threat for them. But your initial introduction to Myr'Aht started in the city of Ob, where you descended below the desert, an almost kind of futuristic city, where the resources of the world body have been used to lift up their own civilization. You discovered as much as you could about what was happening with this Shiner invasion. You handed over the book you found at the initial rift in Firewood Forest and found out some of that. And after preparing yourselves, after a night of somewhat troubling things, you set out to venture into the heart. Of course, coming up above ground once again, you met with rumbling, grumbling sound there at Despot. The sand dragon used to reside in the Myr'Aht Desert and currently resides in the city of Ob, Upper. As this ancient, powerful dragon thrashed about, lamenting his woes that his status would forever be besmirched after being kicked out of his own home and now letting intruders slip past him in his new home, he began to waylay the party, burying most of you in the rubble of the building that once stood around you, while Yvain boldly stood in the face of this dragon and kind of talked the dragon down, at least to the point that the dragon saw an avenue to reclaim power by using his new minion.
That is us.
And he demanded that you, as his new minions, all kneel down in fealty to him, which you did, as Yvain kind of relayed the information. The rest of you pulling yourselves up out of the rubble. And as you do so, and at least on the surface offering your fealty dragon, it still looms above you, the sand around still kind of swirling in this dust cloud, stinging your eyes a bit, but starting to calm as the dragon itself seems to somewhat calming down as well. And it's still kind of looming overhead, you know, the size of a Mack truck, balanced over you, the teeth kind of dripping with saliva as it licks its lips, greedily looking at all of you. and just says, "Yes, you minions, just fine. You and me, I can take my home. How do you plan to aid me in this quest?"
What's the dragon's name?
You've only been told his name is the Arid Death.
Almighty Despot, we are engaged now to seek the hole from which the interlopers have come into this world, the Shiner Hole. We are looking forward to plugging.
You had a chance. Didn't have to be a It is.
Yep, we're trying to plug that shiner hole, y'all.
Yes, the source of my frustration. I killed many as they emerged from the rift. More and more came. Coming in numbers that could not contain them any longer. Fight my awesome power, and the ground kind of rumbles at your feet as he says this. Rift deep in my must sponged.
We would have been many days in searching for grief, but you are no X. Direct us there. You will be able to begin the cleansing of your home.
In my name!
Yeah. In name of Eric Despot.
Yes. Resides within giant awesome mountain.
Do I? React to that.
A mountain, yeah, you would know, of this particular location. He says, the mountain at the heart of the desert. Teams of colonies of giant wasps make their homes there, burrowing into the stone. Smaller intruders today, I may deal with real.
All-knowing one.
He kind of puffs up.
We would know as much as is possible to know about Shiner Hall. Was there, in your knowledge of the area, any unusual activity for the opening of the rift and the arrival?
Please make a presence.
You guys are still talking like weird dragon talk, right?
All growls and snaps and hisses.
I recognize one. I see. So the conversation's probably.
Yeah, spend a vote for the mission.
Okay.
Oh, do we all get a vote at the beginning of the session?
Yes, you do.
That is a 13 with
Go.
8. Unless I have advantage. Fucking dragon.
Not for this, no.
Okay.
You see this immense taking in your words and thinking, almost see it kind of shake its head, blink as if as all walls.
In the Shiner hole?
One came to my lair,
Oh, was it us?
slipping in. Fronted them. Remember this. And I'm still fuzzy. Yes, she came. Of the soft, ancient blood. I remember confronting her, telling her that she would feed me. Then I woke up. When the rift appeared, and I awoke, and the others from beyond, they started to pour through.
Find this person. I'll submit them to punishment.
Yes, I was very much punished.
There anything else you remember before things became fuzzy? Any name? Help us find them.
You can see his like brow furrows. These rough, sprinkling over his like sorted out. Breathe them. No. Oh, she came. Boldly walking into my lair. Was amused. Go down. To stop her. And think. Back. Did something to able to resist. Grown so old and weak. And no longer the dragon I once was.
Caught by surprise.
Not in my youth it wouldn't have.
Yeah, as they said that, I kind of like, looks really deep right now.
He actually does not.
Oh.
And this is, I guess Yvain had picked this up mostly last session, but you weren't here for it, but he definitely, in his speech, seems to also.
Yeah, he seems pretty down to the dumps.
This is a somewhat hopeless dragon guided field to kind of battling.
Yeah, then he yelled out.
Yeah. You will go into my lair. Wipe out this threat, and the errant despot will reign supreme once again.
Duh.
The ground kind of rumbles again as he yells out the words unintelligible to you.
Oh, guys.
We'll cleanse in your name this infestation outsiders. We will close the hole. And if we are to encounter stranger, enter your home.
Wrinkle. Chin.
Or see their face.
Good, yes.
They are like Mona or Harry or
All the scales look the same to me.
Oh.
I can understand that from the great heights at which you fly down here on the ground, hard to be.
Puny little insects.
Forgive me a moment while I relay what you have told.
Yes. Tell my minions what I require.
That everybody.
Danger. I am
Possible. Or if not, perhaps there could also be allies in a conspiracy to open the fortress.
You know anybody ancient?
well, we did just as a person. The elder
Oh.
Elder God.
oh okay. Whatever. Pretty awful.
It's possible, but whoever they are, very strong in the way they will be some kind of spell of one. Not easy.
That's pretty big. Pretty big.
I got.
Where's that?
You are not know, but
Yes.
dragon is say that in ancient soft skin person coming to his lair lay some sort of magic upon him, it seems like, so that he does not remember what happened next. Then drifted interloper forth.
In the
In-
wasp.
Yeah, the wasp man.
Wasp.
I have told him in his name we will go plug Shiner hole.
Excuse me?
I thought that was more preferable
The
to
death?
fight him.
Yeah.
Death.
Yeah. That's a much better option.
Good call. Also, this way he's tell us exactly where Rift is.
Oh.
We can
That's
go
convenient.
straight.
So-
He's in Great Wasp Mountain.
Yeah,
Where know this place?
not good. I thought it would be like in the middle of desert, nothing else around. That would be much more preferred. And
We would take sand sharks over Great Wasp Mountain.
well, it depends.
I mean, at
Great
least
Wasp
we
There's
can
a lot of
beeline
wasps.
to
There's
the
a lot of
wasp mound.
wasps.
You know exactly where it is.
Yeah.
It will save much time.
In Dragon's name.
Yeah.
So, I believe.
Why, what do you
there's
know about
possibility. There's
Yes.
some.
What'd you say?
Oh, I was just wondering, you very, very nervous about this wasp mound. You know something about it?
I mean, 5 steps slow. Walking.
Yeah, there are wasps.
Yeah, it's always like really crazy how many wasps you can fit in one of those.
Yeah, there's a lot. There's a lot.
What's the other half of the wasp? Is it just big? Have the cowls. They have this-
Oh.
yeah. What's the other half of it?
Oh.
Is it just the wasp?
Hornet.
Yeah,
It doubles down.
it's two things.
And this particular giant near the center of fire. The colony that you just spoke of, hundreds of them buried.
Your
Hundreds of
people
wasps?
perhaps
Hundreds
know
of
of some way
colonies.
to pass
Colonies.
unnoticed.
Or get lost. Still lost.
Martin?
I've never tried. insane to go there, but that's the thing I've heard.
No choice. We are going here, so I think perhaps we should try to capture wasp, kill wasp, and get sent all over ourselves and pass unnoticed among wasp colony.
Take this. We're on the road.
When we are get back to sanctuary, there is cleaner of dry.
It's those people with the clothes.
They are. It is great magic.
Yeah.
I heard
Yeah.
strings.
Okay.
Okay.
Thanks, dragon.
I set up like
Well, mostly we will be desert traveling.
Why does the dragon look so sad? Doesn't he want to come with us?
Perhaps he would join us in battle. But I think perhaps sadness is all in vicinity.
Maybe he would feel better with friends.
I think that his perception of relationship to those of our size
Look at
is
him.
not exactly based on sort of equality that leads to friendship, but I would not dissuade you from it.
I've heard a lot of dragons refer to humans as like. So, I mean, I don't know about this one, but.
this one's kind of
I have,
Dragon.
perhaps I should mention from this that we.
went to the cult.
Yeah.
Okay, well, I don't speak his language, and it sounds like you've had more words than I have. Maybe we should just go. Let's just go.
Okay. Great Despot, I have translated your majestic words to my patriots, and they are most excited and enthusiastic to play our efforts. In fact, my friend over here said that the greatest moment of her life, that is to become one of your minions.
I see him gesture at me and bow.
I will.
Do you bow to the dragon?
Yes, I will be done. Now go, assault my lair. I will meet you there in 3 days' time.
3 days' time, we will join.
And you! You see this big dragon
Oh my
claw
God.
pointing at you. Tell her to flip her hair again!
Please say, flip your hair, please.
I was already doing it.
Please understand your will, great Despot, and we will look forward with joy to your arrival upon the field of battle.
Good, good. And these thundering steps as it walks back to where shaft of sunlight penetrates to upper Obe. Circles before settling down until that spiral in the sunlight. Leap away his.
When we start to turn away and walk, I say to my friend here, maybe we should talk about making any being made. But
Oh, being in the
It's-
club that is cool. You're a spokesperson now.
I throw up in the corner.
You get to be a desert crazy.
but I'm so glad that you can just talk to that dragon because that came in clutch.
I am hear you. I was.
What are you still doing here?
We are on our
We
way.
are
Maybe we are
walking.
walking back.
I throw up again.
It was in that moment.
So you say that after 3 days?
Yeah, I tell everybody 3 days. The dragon will meet us at his lair.
Okay.
Wait, did he tell us where the lair is?
He said it was in the giant wasp mouth.
His lair is in the giant wasp mountain, and that's where.
And that's where the
Okay.
rift is.
The worst.
We're
which
just going to the Wasp Mountain to plug the hole.
Plug the
Suni
shiner hole. Gotta put a plug in the
Even
shiner
though we
hole.
don't know
on
how to
foot
let the shiner
to
hole.
travel to this location about a week. On the ship, if you can handle the winds well, you could probably.
Might
It
be able to
almost
get
seems
there
like we
just in
should
time. I hope he does not get angry.
Have to go as quickly. Already, my man.
Well, now,
Always keep that thing on you. Turn your welcome.
Let's hope he's improved.
You head back through the crevice that leads out through the stonework that surrounds Ob, descending into the kind of cool darkness that makes up this long crack box. And you can see the blinding light ahead of where it ends and taking of the desert. Walking through this here, it kind of gets cooler and cooler as you walk in, and then again, and you can feel the temperature rising even further than it had itself as the shade with outside. You are unprotected. The sun blasting. You get towards the end of this, see the heat rising. You can feel the sweat just immediately.
Me,
Just you. Just
No.
you feel the sweat.
as you guys were explaining.
Oh yeah, it's the sweating Minotaur.
I sweat now.
As you guys explained that, I was like, oh my god, I'm the only like human.
I'm the only one with nipples.
short even.
Oh my god.
You, yeah, those of you that do sweat can feel the sweat is just evaporating before it can even touch your skin. Your mouth immediately becomes dry, and you are absolutely blinded by the bright light coming out of this dark tunnel.
Everybody put on your
Going to Burning Man, guys.
It does help slightly, but the sun, it's doubled up because it's reflecting off of the sands at your feet, and so even with the goggles, you have to kind of let them adjust to this intense brightness. And then
I just
even
close
more,
my eyes and let Octavia guide me.
you feel a tentacle come onto your
Yeah.
shoulder
all
and
3
start
days.
to guide your
Yeah. Can't see anyway, so.
You can also feel the heat like an oven blasting, face drying out your mouth and tongue. Every breath seems to burn. Particularly with the sand kind of filling your nose, mouth, and lungs. Step out of the tunnel, sand itself is burning. A foot, a little bit. Step out onto the sand.
I'd like to use my shell shield to create like a place of sun cover on our ship, that there is a place to cool feet.
On the sand skimmer, you're not directly on sand.
Okay.
You're just looking for.
Very
Yeah,
nice.
just a little umbrella.
And they do have even the.
You can use my shield too, and you can make it like a
Like a little
something like a.
TP thing?
Yeah.
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 Even the Myr'Aht who are accustomed to desert have spots of. They do so.
A hat.
So there are little kind of awnings there as well.
Imagine I cast Good Shade.
What?
712.
Just, you bring
Never
that
gets old.
tarp out with you and just spread it out.
There we go. Just have him
The wind
hold the
takes
shield.
me.
And... That's
You,
amazing.
you can see.
I walk directly behind them.
It's working.
You can
Don't
see.
forget drag.
What?
You see that the sand ship you had left behind with places still sit.
Okay.
Okay.
We get on that.
We do. Back to our prison.
Fully remember what we were doing.
Okay, so
Fully
the
remember how we
wind
did
is
this
from
first time.
southwest and
I whip my hair back and forth. I think that's what I was doing. I think I
You were
was.
nay-nay.
Yeah. I think I was nay.
You all climb back onto
I was
this
the mermaid on the ship.
sand ship with the kind of lead runners below and this headed massive hammock that drapes above the sail extending up to catch the wind overhead to attempt to navigate this into the heart of Myr'Aht Desert to where Despot. With your previous experience here on the ship, it doesn't take too long to kind of get this all unfold and figure out which and how to set things up to get some speed and momentum going that way. And once again, a bit of a slow start to it. Sails fill and there's kind of initial lurch. And then you can see the sled slowly kind of slowly the ship pick up as you start to get to the hang of it, figuring out which lines need to be pulled to catch the right angle. Until finally the ship starts to hit kind of running speed. Errors in the sleds lift further up, kind of skimming across the top of the sand rather than tagging through them. The ship starts to take off at a pretty good clip, moving off into the desert. You have your little pocket shade. Even the shade, like, it initially feels like a relief. Still just under here, you're just not getting. So it is physically taxing, even just to sit on this ship, but you're also being work kind of moving in the right direction. There are a few hiccups and slowdown. A master occasionally lose the start to lose. Get the right angle once again, and it seems almost like counterintuitive, like when the wind's coming right at you, how do you go forward? Take some time to kind of figure out. You have your knowledge of it to the rest of them and then figure out how to make it all work. About the rest of it.
It's okay because I do telepathy.
Both talking at the same time, so it's like kind of hard.
Yeah.
Like, who's like talking over what?
Always loudest.
Despite these little hiccups in your travels, you do continue to make good progress. There are a couple of times that those of you looking out to occasionally things move off in your direction, but then turning away as you seem to be moving faster than they. prey. As you travel through, and it is not just a flat, sandy landscape that you through on baking sun. There are, of course, the as in shift the desert day by day, but there are also a number of kind of look through in the dunes and get some of them even above them, getting out. You also see as you pass through the Myr'Aht, sparse and limited, but there is vegetation. High brittle ground are growing up next. A little bit of water. For the moment, see the all towering almost head-sized, beautiful bull. Most of them you can see still kind of up or just big juice that are opened up. Give this beautiful coming through some of the larger and more dense of the inventory. The first day, you see of the dark. They are seemingly particularly prevalent groves. And there is some, you can't just kind of go in a straight line, profile as you move with the, they're being shaped or as well as avoiding a crop. Hitting one of those at speed. And then having to navigate around and through all of it. Beyond the beauty, danger, desert, distant. The first day of travel goes pretty well. Couldn't quite get as far. Just stands going at full speed the whole way. But you didn't lose that much time. That present. And kind of push yourselves a little bit further to make up for some of that, but also get to one of the rare sorts. Best go all night.
Why?
And go and
That sounds like fun.
No.
go and refill your water skin. Eating.
And find the sun cactus.
Fun cactus?
Or passes.
Mm. Ooh. Okay.
Sniffing the flower?
Flowers. We're normal. Ever so. Huh? Reminds me of. Oh, yeah. Someone decided that.
Nothing better than a nature's high.
Well, that that sounds like a party, and also makes me nervous to smell flowers. Now you never know anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Myr'Aht is a strange and wonderful place.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm so glad that you're here to be our guide. Because I would just smell any flower anytime. This is wild.
Mm-hmm.
This place is wonderful.
Guys, have you seen these flowers? They smell awesome. You gotta try it.
What's it smell like?
I don't know, here.
I don't.
Well, how
Okay.
Color.
Or look after sniffing one of these flowers.
Well, his eyes do dilate. Yeah. I think it wouldn't be as intense a high. Oh wait, is it?
Yeah, it's the sun has set.
Okay, so they'd be just starting again. Up. Those would be.
Seems a little.
And do the start tasting color.
What?
Start tasting.
Mm.
Wow.
How you feeling, buddy?
This is fucking awesome.
Feel what? My legs? I can't. Guys, you might have to load me up on this ship. I don't think I can make it out.
And if you believe
We are not to
Myr'Aht.
go anywhere till morning.
Did
Okay,
we even
good,
finish
good,
setting
good,
up
good.
camp, or?
Well, I am, because I like to get asked to do whatever you want.
That sounds awesome. I just fall.
Well, I will try later, perhaps.
Yeah, I'll get dinner ready, and then thanks for finding the flowers, Star. They seem very effective. They're lovely. I'm gonna set it right over here, though, for now. Very lovely. Sniff the flower, huh? Okay.
Yeah, they'll be blue nosing first.
Blue nosing.
Is that what you call it?
I'm alive, mate.
And I'm not.
You're just vibing.
This is just like every day at Arcade.
Hey, I'm not against an experience, man. When it comes at me, I take the flower by the petals, you know what I'm saying?
Well, I hurry up and get my stuff done.
Dinner camp, all the things.
Just one away.
I don't know if you guys need any help prepping things or anything for long resting, if we need to actually take a long rest to. But if you guys are like,
Oh, yeah.
weird, I don't know if
Are we
we
hurt?
hurt.
Are we hurt
Could be.
from the rubble or anything? Like, did you guys?
Yeah, I'm a little bit hurt and a little stressed.
You are settling in for a long rest. If you would like to take your long rest activities,
I do.
take 2 fear.
have that
Take
sleeping
2 fear?
bag.
Very long rest.
Yeah.
Oh,
That's why I was saying if we don't need it, but I do have the bedroll. During any rest, you always automatically clear stress. So if you would like to use the bedroll,
I would like the non-stress.
it has little massagey elements to
Yeah, it's
really
so
get
nice.
into the.
Lavender infused.
Mm-hmm.
It's a Magic Fingers bedroll.
Yes.
yeah. So if you'd like to use my bedroll tonight, you're more than welcome to it. So you can, do something else.
Are you super stressed or just a little bit? Is
Only
anybody
clears the
else?
one stress.
Anybody else stressy or needs hit points?
That frees up your spot.
It's on there, the downtime.
I would work on, I'm full up on hook too. So. But yes, I would work on the journal with you.
Yeah.
Okay.
I don't have anything to work on
Wish I
or
knew
do. So.
I wish I knew.
Do you have any stress or hit points that you need healed or
I
anything?
got 2 hit points that could be cleared up, but I'm trying to figure out. I'm still putting the words together. Reading is difficult.
If I sniff a flower, will I gain an extra stress slot?
We'll remove a stress slot. Okay.
Before we I want to sit down. I want to sit down on the ground and meditate for a little bit.
Mhm.
Feel this wonderful blue flower feeling,
Mm-hmm.
and see if Octavia can tell me anything about somehow talking to this oil slick chick again. I just kind of say, Octavia, I don't really know how to talk to this chick. She's really cool. I need to talk to her. Can you help me?
And you're using the commune feature, is that what you're doing?
I can. Oh, she can just talk to me. But actually, it's an event, person, place, or situation. Yeah, I'll use my hope, I guess. I don't get it back very often, but I'm going to use 3 hope to use divination and ask Octavia if, when, how high, where, who, how, talk to
very high.
oil slick chick.
Very high.
Emphasis on the high. But what should I be looking out for? How can I help her reach us? Guide me.
Read the divination ability for me again.
Once per long rest, you may spend 3 hope to reach out to the forces beyond and ask a question about an event, person, place, or situation in the near future. Your vision of the world will momentarily twist and shape around you to show the answer, though it may be cryptic, obscured, or partial.
As you and your blue-nosing state commune with Octavia, the 8-limbed octopus goddess of fate, you just feel this sense of rightness. You feel, as you often do, that Octavia guides your path down the road of fate, and that you are on that path.
Oh.
And so, if it is fated for you to meet Oil Slick Chick on this journey, then you are on the correct path. So in general, you just feel you're doing
good, man.
You're doing the right thing. If you keep doing what your gut tells you you need to be doing, which is the way that Octavia guides you down fate, everything's going to work out. That's more just a general sense of how you feel most of the time.
Yeah.
That Octavia is guiding your path, and
Yeah.
that
Always.
if you follow your gut, that's where you're at. So don't spend the hope on that one
Okay.
there. But you do have a sense that, like, if it is fated that you are to find a oil slick chick, she will be in your path because
that's just where
fate is.
That's just where she's gonna be.
Exactly. Everyone have their long rest stuff figured out? What are you all doing?
1 hit point. We're healing 1 hit point and working on the journal with soon.
I like to heal just 1 hit point, having a good night's rest and feeling a little
Well,
nice.
it's one of the long rest activities.
Well, it does say to tend to wounds, but
Yeah.
I'm kind of knocked out at the moment, so I don't think I can, like, exactly.
I mean, unless you continue blue notes.
I go over.
The high will descend at some point.
Mogar is asleep, so I don't
I
have
roll
any
over into a
downtime.
pile of more flowers.
And I will help you stitch up your wound that I see gaping.
Thank you.
His forearm is just open wound, and I help stitch it up.
That's nice.
My needlework is so good he doesn't even wake up. I stitch a really nice pattern into it because he's so asleep. You get like a braided scar when it heals.
Anybody else taking
Very light.
downtime activities?
No.
We fall upon hope.
Yeah.
Everything's
Filled up,
better.
cleared out.
Wow. All the fiber. Yeah.
All the time.
You guys can continue to make your knowledge roll on the journal. It is, as a kind of ongoing process, it is kind of, it takes a few days each time to kind of decipher a section of it. But this can be tracking your progress through the next section.
That is a dirty 20 here.
Do you guys want some help with that? I feel like I never have anything to do at bedtime.
You are trained in deciphering codes?
No.
Okay.
Well, you do have really nice handwriting.
Yeah.
So if we were to be conferring and then dictating, you would be able to write down?
Sure.
Okay.
This is
Okay.
acceptable.
Okay.
Roll a d6.
A D6.
If that's acceptable.
Yeah, you just choose which one you're
Yeah.
using.
1.
Great, they both rolled the ones. Awesome.
So helpful.
Something to do before I sniff a flower. Or maybe I sniffed a flower before I helped you. Sounds like I did with a 1.
Yeah, so dirty 23.
You begin working on the next.
Oh wait, no, sorry. 24 here. I forgot to add a bonus.
You begin your work on cracking the kind of next section of this research journal, and make pretty good progress through it. It's not quite enough yet to know what he has written about, but you feel like it should only take a couple more days to kind of figure it all out rather than the usual 4 or 5 days worth of time to get through it. With wounds tended to, some decompression and de-stressing going down, you all settle in and you immediately notice this is kind of your first night spent outdoors in the Myr'Aht desert. As soon as the sun goes down, the temperature plummets. and it is nearly to the point that you can see your breath in front of you.
That's why we got supplies.
Exceedingly cold, and you do find a number of extra wrappings for the nights to kind of get you through the cold nights out here in the desert. And it kind of gets to the point that you like almost want to dig down in the sand a little bit to get some of that warmth that's stored underneath as the surface layer even gets frigid cold above. And the wind before that had been kind of roaring like a furnace on you now is just sucking the heat away from you as you try and sleep through the night here. But Suni, being more familiar with the desert survival here, did find a good shelter for all of you to kind of share the warmth within and to refill your waters, allowing you to get maybe not a fully comfortable, but at least a night's rest in. A night in which your dreams once again feel troubled and sapping the hope from your psyche, as it were. Not mechanically, but narratively. And as we missed out on it last time, Jax, what kind of dreams fill you with despair?
Ooh.
What are your dreams this night that may leave you feeling hopeless in the morning?
I was very young, but I have some shallow memories of my sister in my homeland.
Mm-hmm.
And usually when I feel hopeless, I think about that place. And these dreams, they're different than the ones I've had before of seeing my sister and you know, my parents just grabbing me and taking me away from her. I'm older, and I'm in that same place, but I'm older, and we're I guess we're the same age, because she doesn't age. I don't know what she looks like now, so she looks the same as when I was a kid.
Gotcha.
And she hands me a sword, and she says, "Follow me." And I look down at the sword, and I have the scar on my face that she has, and I wake up.
This dream, among the many that you have, stands out to you the most. But even when you get back to sleep, there are more of these dreams that kind of fill you with this hopeless despair that begins to slowly eat away at each of you as you have this thing. And many of these feelings are not just in your dream, but even through the day, you can feel it kind of bubbling up inside of you as well. But for now, at least, your natural personality and feelings still kind of overriding that. You can feel it building up more and more the longer you're here in Myr'Aht.
Do those of us who blue nosed feel a little bit better or a little bit worse in the morning?
Those of you who partook in the blue nosing find that while your dreams are still giving you this sense of hopelessness, they're not as intense. And are much easier forgotten in the way that dreams are. Whereas those of you that did not partake in the blue nosing, those dreams stick with you a little longer and linger in your subconscious as you rise the next morning to begin another day of travel towards the heart of Myr'Aht. There is a brief moment as the sky is beginning to lighten. The cool sand around you still chilled from the night air of the previous night. There is a brief few minutes where it's a comfortable temperature. And then the sun breaks the horizon and immediately starts to bake and sizzle everything around you. And where you had had shade the evening before, now you're in the direct sun of the morning the following day.
I use the shiny side of my shield to just like look at my face and like fix my hair till the heat comes on. I'm like, oh, shit.
I quickly harvest this plant that I know that like it's like stinging metal, so you want to be careful when you harvest it. But if you dry it outright, then the sting goes away and it's kind of minty. It's just a patch of that fire little campsite. I'm feel like just shoving as much as I can into a pad.
As you all pack up your camp supplies that you had gotten out the night before, heading back out to the sand ship that waits just beyond your camp, climbing back in and assuming your positions you have started to take on this little sand skimmer. It once again has that slow start, but you're getting the hang of it now, and so you start to build speed a little bit quicker, and the sleds kind of rise up above the sands to glide across the top faster than they had the previous few times you've taken one of these ships out across the desert. And pretty quickly you kind of hit that cruising velocity of one of these ships to where you're moving at a good clip, but still able to steer and navigate your way through the shifting, rolling landscape of the Myr'Aht desert. Yvain, you spot something out on the horizon you are surprised to see in a desert landscape like this.
Not gonna say a donkey.
This world's going to be overpopulated with donkeys.
It's an invasive species,
They figured out how to survive the rift, so they're just going through one and everything else is there.
everywhere.
What would I be surprised to see in the desert?
A lake? Sorry.
It's a little hard to see because we're moving pretty quickly, but we passed by what seems to be a semi-permanent campsite made of very sort of colorful fabric arranged in these like panes almost to like give to cast colored like shadows on the ground, and there's the smoke of a small fire rising from the middle of it, and as we get closer to it, we hear the sound of music. Sounds like hand drums and flutes, and our current course doesn't have us kind of like going straight to it. It seems like we're going to pass by, but I pointed out to everybody that
Something I would not expect to see in the desert.
Oh.
Look, there's nothing there.
Give me more bluebirds.
Just more sand.
No, there's few painted tavern is what we call them.
Painted tavern?
They're like pit stops. Every once in a while, in a journey between Gatrun and O, they have underground, small, not very small underground, but it's able to sustain them.
Oh.
So it is where one can maybe find a little bit of extra supplies when everything is functional.
And perhaps a little bit of extra merriment and good humor also.
I mean, there is fire in there, so maybe.
I am feeling very down in sand today. I will not lie.
I heard Despot said 3 days and we will barely make it in time.
We will get
Although I am curious.
This little painted tavern up on top of one of the dunes on the horizon quickly speeds past as you all, well, technically you all speed past. From your perspective.
Oh my god, the dude is
Beyond you as you continue staying on mission,
Hopeless.
moving forward.
You are welcome.
You kind of getting further into the heart of the desert, gets further and further to kind of the lands that you are really familiar with. This place, like you've seen it on a map, you might have traveled through here once or twice, but you're less familiar with it. And so you find yourself having to slow your speed slightly just to make sure you're avoiding any of the hazards that you might come across.
Okay, slow roll, slow roll.
You again, as the ship is kind of cresting along one side of a dune and settling itself out again, there are again a few times through the day's journey that these fins come up out of the sand and kind of skirting along. At one point you even see some of them kind of coming in front of you and looking like they're trying to intercept your path. But again, even having slowed down, your speed is enough. You can kind of navigate around and keep them from intersecting with you. But you do see at least one of the forms of hunters here in the Myr'Aht Desert that keep travel here dangerous for those that aren't knowledgeable of the environment.
I take out one of like the desert fruit things that we found at our last oasis stop. And I see when we see the sharks like on the horizon, I chuck one
Don't
like
think
really far, really far away. I throw it very, very far to see if the shark like comes up to get it.
They should go find like camel elephant herd or something.
You toss this fruit, and you see as it hits the sand, it doesn't quite bounce, it's kind of like into the sand itself. And you see the fins of the sand sharks. Any vibration that might have made doesn't distract them from the vibration of this big ship moving across. You're kind of disappointed for a moment, but then shocked as you see the sand just explode around where that fruit was. You see the gaping crocodilian mouth leaping out of the sand and arcing 8-10 feet up in the air. This crocodile with frog-like legs and a crocodilian body leaping up out of the sand must clear 15-20 feet as it buries itself back in the sand. You're not totally
Like it's water?
like it's water.
That's freaking crazy.
You're not, you're not totally sure how big the sand sharks are. But you're pretty sure that they would be afraid of that crocodile. as it is just massive.
Oh, I was gonna say, are there sharks and crocodiles?
Yes.
Is it a shockodile or
No,
oh,
just crocodiles and sand sharks.
yeah, I just kind of stand there, I stare at it, and I'm just like,
So you didn't need to know that.
Yeah. The sand sharks are
No, I didn't.
more of roving hunters, whereas the crocodiles are very much ambush predators.
Ooh,
So whether moving or standing still, there's kind of a danger out here in the Myr'Aht
that's
Desert.
fucking cool.
As you continue surfing along through the dunes, avoiding the stone outcroppings that emerge above the sand, even having to pass avoiding canyons in the desert floor that from a distance as you're approaching them wouldn't even know they're there, but soon he kind of starts to steer you away. As you pass by along, you suddenly just see a fissure open up in the sand, some of the sand falling over the edge as the wind is blowing it. Continue navigating through the Myr'Aht Desert, heading towards this giant wasp mound that the Arab despot said he lived within, and where the rift is supposed to be present. Who is keeping watch among the crew?
Alright.
Yeah.
Make an instinct roll.
Okay. As a protector, I'll spend a hope.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
Why am I rolling a d20? Why am I rolling anything else? Okay.
These are questions only you can answer.
Okay. Well, it's with fear. Wait, it's a... Why isn't anything working? Oh, I'm not signed in. Okay. Okay. Doesn't matter. Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, that was weird. Also. Okay. Instinct plus 1. 17, 18, 20.
With?
Fear!
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Really piling up here.
Isn't that great? I know, we're scared. I'm scared too. He's very scared. I whip my hair back and forth and I see something. Look over there. Ha!
Oh, you see a jackalope?
Okay. You do see something off to your right of your current trajectory that you're on.
And you use all of your fear to throw it at us.
You, the first thing you spot is a mast rising up from the sand. The sail on it, you can see, is not deployed and unmoving.
Hook.
A mast very similar to the sand ship that you were on now. The second thing you spot is the sand ship itself. The mast is attached to it. It looks like there's some smaller shapes around where the sand ship is as you're kind of moving along and starting to get closer.
It's a ship?
You can see there are a pair of massive, thick-skinned, massive, thick-skinned,
Not even.
light-colored creatures or beasts of some kind. Thick, armored form, their snout having a pair of long spike-like tusks coming out of the front of them. They seem to be in and amongst where this sand ship and these other smaller shapes that you can see are. As you continue to cruise along, you're kind of coming abreast of where you've seen these things at. You can see there seem to be moving figures among this. And it looks like a sand ship similar to the one you're on now. Looks like there's a few sleds as well, and they're kind of arranged in a circle. And there are 4 or 5 figures in the circle and on that ship that seem to be in some sort of state of distress. And that is when you see among all of this, the shapes you're seeing aren't just vehicles, you see bodies, and you see blood soaking into the sand. In fact, you see another one of these horned creatures, these sand rhinos that Suni has told you about. One of these sand rhinos is lying on its side, its gut split open, and its entrails kind of spilling out onto the desert floor around you. Seeing this kind of carnage among what you can only assume are not soldiers, they're just the common people of Myr'Aht. You take a stress, actually, of just seeing the pain and suffering that these people are going under, and not even sure what it is that has attacked them, but it looks like they're still under attack.
Okay, so they are still moving around. They're not dead.
So,
And
sorry, it was the sand rhinos are being attacked?
The sand rhinos, as well as whatever other figures you assume Myr'Aht among the circle of wagons. It looks like they've all been attacked and are still fending off an attack.
Are you guys seeing this over there? The ship and the wagons and over there. We need to go. They need help.
Is that the Shiner?
I steer the ship.
Okay.
The ship up on one skiff.
I grab on.
It starts to move over in that direction, and all of you start to see a little more clearly this same scene in front of you. It looks like one of these sand ships with a few of the sand sleds that they use have circled up in a defensive posture. There are a couple of the sand rhinos that they use to pull these sleds are like part of this defensive formation, horns out, to defend what you can see looks like a few Marathi adults, but also a few Marathi children.
I pull the sand thing like as fast and as quick as I can, and just like kind of skirt right in front of the children.
They're all kind of sheltering in this circle, and the adults look like they're trying to like keep the children back and defend them. You do see a few bodies of Marathi that have already fallen, and one of these sand rhinos as well. That's been kind of ripped open on the sands there. Its blood and entrails spilling out, soaking into the sand. And kind of confused at first if you don't see what it is that is attacking them. And then as you get closer, you realize what you had thought had just been more of these tumbleweeds blowing across the landscape. You can now see similar in size and shape to a tumbleweed, but rather than being a vegetation, they look to be these kind of carapace-covered, spiky tentacles all massed around, rolling through the desert and reaching out, slamming into the rhinos and the Marathi. You can see them. One of the Marathi who's like trying to protect the children. One of these tumbleweeds slams up onto him, and these spiky armored tentacles kind of wrap themselves around, entangling him. You see wounds starting to form and blood starting to seep out. The last thing you all see as your sand ship comes skidding in towards this, And you see a few of the Myr'Aht in the middle of the circle, kind of looking over it, seeing you coming over. The last thing that you see is on the dune opposite from you, another of these, what you can only assume are like shiner tumbleweeds blowing through the desert.
So they do look like that.
They do have that armored iridescent sheen to them of shiners.
And they're octopus tentacles.
They're not octopus tentacles, they're just tentacle-like. So rather than vegetation,
They're stepping on your god's tentacle.
rather than like,
Yeah.
twigs and branches, it's this mass of armored tentacle-like things that are rolling on. And on this dune, opposite from where your sand ship kind of skids up to a halt, you can see another of these shiner tumbleweeds that is attacking another form. And that form kind of fighting it off and keeping it at bay from approaching the circle of wagons of the Myr'Aht. You can see looks like the armored form
The oil
of a
cherry.
knight, but covered in this iridescent
Oh my.
armored form. And as you all pull up there, seeing the oil slick chick seemingly trying to defend these Myr'Aht from other shiners, that we'll take a break and get back in to a little bit of action when we come back here. Thank you all of you out there in audience land that have been following along with us. I saw the hype train going off. We got some gifted subs. If you got a gifted sub out there and you're watching, put a thank you in chat for the anonymous donator for that. Also, thank you for letting me know that the sound was weird. I was trying to play with it as we were going. Hopefully it's better now. I think mostly it cuts out every time Jenna speaks, which is But we're doing our best. If you ever notice issues like that, if you're not able to hear us, please do let us know in chat, and I will try and fix it to the best of my ability. In the moment.
Jenna, what did you do?
I'm cursed. Control technology. Technology controls me.
As we try and lift this curse, we'll be back here in just a few minutes. See you all then. Welcome back to Veil with Hope. Veil with Hope.
Woo!
With hope. We have been traveling through the Myr'Aht desert, avoiding many of the dangers and hazards that it presents, at least the ones that can be avoided. But spotted on the horizon, hijinks by Jax, you have discovered what looks like a Myr'Aht caravan that has come under attack by some form of shiner. And in the midst of this attack, you do see one oil-slick chick. Looks like she's attempting to help defend these Myr'Aht from these other shiners around. As you all descend upon this scene, your sand skiff coming to a skidding halt in the sand, settling down in its weight into the grainy sand beneath you, where you can see this scene playing out in front of you. A few of the Myr'Aht kind of in the middle of this circle that they formed up. A few, including the children, up on the sand ship itself, where a singular Myr'Aht man is attempting to defend them. And a number of these shiner tumbleweeds rolling in and attacking any of them that they can get their spiky tentacles on. As you roll upon or sled upon this scene, the action is on all of you. What would you like to do?
I would like to use an action to spend a hope and cast a fog around the children. So that like they see
Okay, is this a spell?
Oh, yeah. I mean, it is in one of the books.
Mm-hmm.
So it is spend an action. You use an action to spend that hope and cast a temporary fog. Everyone within is hidden, anybody outside of the fog.
And what size?
Is that who that is?
Yeah, she's hot. She's super hot. Yeah, no, I'm pretty sure the way he described her initially, she was like
She's super
hot.
Yeah.
Or like,
Cool. I'm not the same. I'm
yeah,
not
no.
Yeah.
I was really excited to see her.
She's super hot.
Yeah, she is super hot.
What size is it?
She's like kind of amorphous, but like also.
Like it's as much vibes as
It's just
appearance,
like-
Yeah.
but it's like
Use an
hot.
action to
Yeah.
send a hook and cast a temporary thick fog that encircles a stationary area up to very close range of your current location. Everyone within is hidden to anybody outside the fog.
Well, very
So-
close. They are beyond your reach.
Okay. Well,
If you were moving, even if you moved, you wouldn't get within very close of them,
I won't.
unless you want to double move.
I don't want to flush ahead like some other cats.
Okay, so you're holding your action.
Uncalled for.
Soon he knows how to stay alive and not keep all of her friends. Yeah.
Who wants to act?
Oh, Kate Rhino.
I like acting.
Yeah.
So these things are the tumbleweeds,
Mm-hmm.
and these are children,
Mm-hmm.
and that's Myr'Aht.
Mm-hmm.
Is there enough stuff on the ground near there that I could animate a group of objects and create a construct out of it?
There's a pile of stones in the middle.
Awesome.
Do you have to make a roll for that?
Not to create the construct, it's a spellcast roll to command it to take action. Why?
Because I just realized I also have wall of flame, because I'm just thinking about these children.
Mm-hmm.
That I just mark a stress and create the wall of fire.
Where would you put a wall of fire on this map?
Don't have to roll. I mean, ideally it would be around the ship. But it's far range. 15 points.
You guys have things you want to do?
So
I can hit a bitch.
Okay.
I'll run up.
Well, I think Jen's trying to decide.
Oh,
if
are
she's
you-
gonna make a wall.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm
So
sorry.
I-
That's what I was just
I
asking.
thought you were
trying to like figure out something that I could do that like can add to something that's gonna be a roll. But if I make like a firewall like around the front of the ship, it would be protect from that tumbleweed and protect that tumbleweed. Would I be able to do that?
Cast a spell.
Yeah, have the wall like from that cactus to around the front of the ship, so it's kind of like going into that one tumbleweed and around.
Depends on what the spell says.
So use an action, mark a stress, and create a temporary wall of magical flame between 2 points within far range. Anything that passes through it takes 4d10 plus 3 magic damage. So I was trying to get the tumbleweed to be like in that wall.
Sounds like it's a straight line between 2 points.
You probably don't want to set the ship on fire.
Yeah.
Alright, whatever.
Okay. Then I will turn a pile of stones here into a construct and have it go stand between the tumbleweed. Maybe I just go attack that tumbleweed. That's cool. Does anyone want to do anything before I do that? We're all gonna just start hitting things. Yeah. My construct will hit.
The melee
what magic-
fighters are just ready to run in.
What magic are you using?
Create construct. Spend a hope to choose a group of objects around you and create an animated construct from them that obeys basic commands. Use a spellcast roll to command it to take action. When necessary, it shares your evasion and traits and its attacks deal 2d10 plus 3 physical damage. You can only hold one construct at a time and it falls apart when it is hit for any amount of damage.
Okay, it just says around you, it doesn't say
It
range.
does not say a range.
Okay, and it can move and attack when you cast it?
The wording's a little unclear. It says spend a hope to choose a group of objects around you and create an animated construct from them that obeys basic actions. Use a spellcast roll to command it to take action. So I feel I would make, it seems to me like it's hope to create it and a roll to act.
I
And if you
have
do that at the same time,
ability
well, a little, I don't know how you get that's
where
one or two
the
actions.
three of us can tag team together.
Spend a hope to
Team.
animate.
Roll attack.
Use an action, make a spellcast
Oh,
roll.
good.
Attack.
to
To
make
command
it
attack.
attack.
Technically, use a spellcast roll to command attack.
Right. Yes.
Oh.
Yeah, you can spend a hope to create it, and then if you want it to act immediately. you
Do we
can
think
make-
that's 2 actions or 1?
I would say it's one.
It's one?
You're already spending a resource to get
Great.
the thing.
Are the rhinos bad?
The rhinos look to be defending the Myr'Aht.
Okay.
You're domesticated.
Hope goes.
In fact, Suni has told you that these sleds are pulled by these.
By the rhino. Okay. I just wanted to make sure I heard you say that and I didn't make that up.
I
So
don't have,
the bales of hay are the
Yes.
bad guys?
Yes.
I
Okay.
don't have a stone construct ready to go. Let's see what this guy looks like. Just drag him on there.
Yeah, that's
That
perfect.
looks like a construct.
Right here between the Qatari and the tumbleweed.
Yep.
Partnership.
So you spend a hope.
Yep. And then
What does it look like as you summon these stones into a construct being?
Yvain is, I think, almost like stumbling as this sand ship comes to a stop, but manages to level his staff, this pile of stones in the center, and sort of muttering under his breath a little bit, and says, "Go! Go!" And the stones sort of, you see this the same kind of crystalline energy that animates most of his magic kind of flashes out, and these lines through the air into the pile of stones, and then become almost like sort of sinews binding the stones together as they rise up and assemble into a humanoid figure that kind of strides over, stands between the Qatari and the tumbleweed, and swing with like these sort of stones that have assembled themselves almost into an axe.
So
What?
you use an action.
What?
Magic, you know.
Yeah.
You
Haven't used the spell yet.
Look at my new toys.
Wild.
You use an action to make a spellcast roll to attempt to command the thing.
Correct. I will use Battle Mage to give it some of my battle awareness,
Okay.
and it attacks. That is a 17 with hope.
Okay. Does it tell you what the number you need is?
It's just well, no. I assume I'm just attacking, using that to attack. That's the roll it makes to do the thing that it's doing.
Maybe use your wizard roll to add to it?
Yeah, well, it's my spell. It's a spellcast roll, so it uses my wizard traits.
Okay.
Use your wizard.
It uses my wizard.
The newly formed stone construct rises up from the sand, lumbers over to where one of these shiner tumbleweeds is assaulting the Myr'Aht. And this is the guy that actually is kind of wrapped around and starting to engulf him.
Oh, then I guess it tries to pull it off maybe instead of axing.
You can do either.
Well, I mean, I hate
Which
it.
one do you do?
I hate it. Yeah. But I would love to hit it in a way that causes it to let go of the card and sticks.
Fortunately
You know what?
for you, if it major damage, it will do so.
Okay, so that is not bad. 14 damage, physical damage.
14 is major damage. As it cleaves down through some of the tentacles, snapping away back into this kind of tumbleweed form that it seems to be maintaining. The Myr'Aht, you can see slices and cuts through his fur, the blood seeping through. Looks kind of like, he was a little engrossed in his present circumstances, so he's kind of looking around and sees this stone man next to him. It's like, hello?
The construct does not speak.
Continues to try and keep the children back from the monsters at play. You did roll with hope, right?
Correct, yes.
So the action is still on all of you.
A tag team is on one creature, right? Is that a
Yeah.
specific thing? Yeah, okay. I was just gonna say we could like split up and hit all three at one time.
Oh, that'd be cool. But
Like I was gonna like throw my hammer and we all like hit one with the and then just keep throwing it with just one.
It was like a group of enemies.
So I mean, I have the Belt of Unity.
Yeah,
I
clear.
could spend 5 hope
But actually,
to lead a tag team action with 3 instead of 2. Except I've used a hope.
Oh, so you don't need. Okay.
Oh no, I have 5 hope. Oh, it's fine. Because then I can also compliment someone and get 3 hope back, so it's fine. I can still do it. I have 5 hope. I start with 6, I didn't realize. So you could do it.
So I pull the cart and I skid it, the ship, and I skid it to a halt as Yvain does his little magic thing. And I put the e-brake on as I follow one of y'all to hit one of them. Do you want to go towards the one closest to the family or this one?
Yeah, I think we let's go for the family, right? Protect more people. With the 3 of us, I think we should go for more protection.
a standard move.
Not gonna let us
Only these
get
ones
there.
are in range for melee.
Oh,
Let's get that one out and out far away, I guess then.
yeah, the one that doesn't have anyone on it.
Oh, at some point I was thinking of all that one because there's no one that can get hurt.
Perfect. We go to this one then.
Okay. The 3 of us together.
Team melee.
Team melee. We just come in hot.
So you are doing a tag team.
Yeah, on a tumbleweed.
We're gonna use the whole ship.
The 3 of us are gonna push the ship on top of the tumbleweed together.
And you're using
The Belt of Unity.
the belt of Unity, which you do what? You spend 5 hope
Yeah.
to do a tag team with 3.
I love it.
All right.
It's the tumbleweed.
Hey, if that's what you want to use your hope for. Okay. This is your hope, but it's like, you don't have to do this.
It's fine. I get it back with a compliment.
I love it.
What does this tag team maneuver look like?
That's a
The 3 of
great
you?
question. That is a great question. The
3
3
of
of
you
us.
can work together to come up with what this attack looks like.
I mean, my strength is my shell. So that's kind of how I, lean into things. It was my falchion and my shell. You?
We do a drive-by. You just go in the shell form, and I'll just.
You get his face, you get his knees,
You drive.
and I throw it.
It's a Mario Kart.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, so you hit him with your with your shield, however or whatever you
Well, with
use.
my falchion, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Sure. I mean, I think I think the tag team here is that we are just taking him by surprise, right? I mean, we're just coming in full force coming in hot.
I mean, that's the point of a drive-by.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, and screaming.
Yeah.
Clearly screaming.
So your tag team move is you attack.
Full force.
Okay.
Well,
Excessively. Intensively.
she's there down on the ground.
I applaud your imagination and creativity. You may all make attack rolls.
Great.
Choose which one you use.
Choose which one you use.
Of
Oh,
the three, which one are you using?
Of the roll.
luckily I can re-roll them. Nice. That is a 21, 24.
You hope?
Yeah.
Cool.
17.
Okay, 24 with hope.
What'd you get?
Not enough.
Okay. Jax, you take a hope
Yay!
as you successfully attack this Shiner Tumbleweed. You can all roll your damage.
$17.
$25.
Whoa.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
23.
2d10 plus 7. Oh, wait. I don't add my strength to that, or do I? No, I don't. 22.
Reading is
Not
amazing.
25.
22 and 17, 39.
20.
59 damage.
Whoa.
Ooh, I like the drive-by.
He's
It's
strong.
very nice.
It's catastrophic.
That is beyond severe.
There is no threshold for that. You're pro.
It should be terminal.
There's the birthday.
Causing it to mark 4 hit points rather than 3. You rolled with hope, the action is still on you.
Sick.
I'd
Never
like
blows that up.
I think that was only one action.
Fireball, I think.
Yeah.
Then I'll throw a fireball at the tumbleweed that doesn't have anybody's magic.
Okay. What's your range?
It's like very far.
Okay, it's well within your range.
Yeah.
Spellcast roll, I
Is
assume.
anybody low on hope?
Surprisingly not right now.
Okay.
That was fun.
Okay, cool.
Yeah. If anyone can use 3 hope, just let me know.
1,
I want my
4.
hope back.
With hope, take a hope. It does hit. Give me damage.
13 damage. It needs to, okay. It needs to make a reaction roll,
Okay.
which is 12. On a failure, it takes full damage. On success, it takes half.
It fails.
That was 13.
13 is major damage.
Voice.
What does it look like when you cast a fireball? Or a furball. Maybe you just hack a big furball at it.
A molten furball.
Yeah.
Oh god.
Is it on the back? Just.
Alright, to be fair, but first I'm using my staff, I do a little circle, and then I just like bark it out.
Flame.
Fireball, hairball.
Flame erupts around this Shiner bramble. That you see the like little spiky tentacles like flailing around, writhing in pain as it burns. That was with hope, so the action is still on all of you. I have not taken actions for a tag team, and you go.
My construct will punch. Or, well, smash. I'll smash. He's got smash. That's what I described. No, I gave him a smashing
You
thing.
can punch. What's your move?
He smashes. Battle reach again. Oh, that's good. 12 with fear. Yeah, sorry.
Well, fucking god, fucking damn it.
It's okay, actually, I think I'm
The stony axe cleaves down, and you see the form of this shiner, the different kind of tentacle appendages of it split and spread themselves out. And you almost see it kind of splits off into two as the axe cleaves in between, and then it reforms itself above. With the fear, if you take a stress, seeing this kind of alien physiology almost kind of breaks your mind from this attack as they just like split themselves apart and reform again around it. The fear also puts the action on to me, where this this one comes tumbling its way in your direction, Yvain.
Oh, it does. I want to move up just a little bit to the front of the ship. I don't think that's going to
So?
just to be on the prow of the ship.
It comes tumbling in your direction, and you can see it as it rolls, like a tentacle slaps out and drags itself forward as the next one comes down, just tumbling its way towards you.
I'm just saying that's shield thing.
And as it hits the ground just in front of the ship, you see it kind of launches itself up, and as it spins and twirls, you can see some of these spiky armored tentacles reaching towards you. And in the middle of it, they seem to be kind of swirling and coalescing, and it just kind of forms this mouth that reaches towards you.
Terrifying.
This one has 2 hit points marked, and it is going to attempt to attack you, which is a 10 to hit.
No.
It is good.
Feels good. Yeah, feels good, yeah.
This one as well lashes out at one of the 3 of you, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lashes out at Jax. And that one is a natural 20. But that one is the one that has 4 hit points marked, so it is less effective than it used to be. You do, however, get a tangle token.
Ooh.
Passes down, please.
Tangle token. That sounds fun.
That's fun.
While you have this tangle token, so it is literally wrapped and dug its tentacles into you and is like hanging on at this point. So you just have like this extra weight as it's trying to consume you further. While you act with that tangle token, you add 2 tokens to the trap.
Oh. No.
And it is going to do less damage than it would have before you hit it. It does 6 damage. Physical damage.
Can you riddle me, did you say it's gonna take us 3 days to get to the wasps?
This is your second day.
And this is the second day, so we're gonna rest again before then.
I hope so.
Sleep would be a nice idea at night.
Okay, just
That
wondering if
was
we're gonna long rest.
the second action.
Gonna wanna blow my load, before we go.
I mean,
The
wasps.
third action, one of these
It's safe to
shiner.
blow here.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's why you did the drive-by.
okay.
The third action, one of these shiner tangles attacks the construct. Oh, I forgot that was a natural 20, so you took another 2 damage. Did you already do? Sorry. Forgot it was a
It's done already.
Okay.
Not
It gets an 11. It gets an 11 to attack the construct.
I can't believe it worked!
That was the first one. construct also gets a tangle token.
Does the construct take damage?
Oh, does it?
Does it hit for an amount of damage?
Yes.
Then it falls apart.
Oh.
Yeah.
It latches on to the construct, and you see it just rip the stones apart. The magic no longer able to hold it together. Sure, I'll use the last two actions. As you see, Oil Slick Chick continuing to fight with one of these creatures as well, and you see her armor-helmed head kind of turning back to look at what's happening behind. You can see the visor kind of forms, the visor of her helm forms this triangle where you do see three triangular shaped eyes looking out of it. And rather than the metallic sheen of armor, her armor just has this kind of carapace-like look to it that has that iridescent ripple, the colors of the rainbow shifting across it in the light of the sun. And her arms extend out in these two massive, long, curved blades that she's slicing and dicing into this shiner tangle with. But seems emboldened by your arrival. The last tangle and this other sand rhino continue to tussle up towards the front of the ship. And I was not using action though, using fears. So those three go.
You had one red, I think.
That was a while ago.
I used the one red to
Oh.
get the stress. So that uses the three actions. Narratively, the rhino and the other one tussle, but it doesn't actually have an action to do anything. Action's back on all of you.
This thing is connected to me now.
It is latched on you. You can see more tentacles like trying to reach out and grab you further. The scaly tentacles are kind of swarming near a center, and where they swarm, like it just looks like you don't see a physical body. You just see this mass of scaled tentacles. But where they're kind of swirling and coalescing, suddenly they part and there's something teeth and a mouth forming there that wasn't there a moment before, and it's like I'm trying to get closer to you.
I take my hammer and I hit it.
You can, just so that you are aware, you can remove your tangle token with a finesse roll or by dealing major damage.
General PSA. Anyone trying to do something cool
I can just
and they look bad for a roll, let me know before you like say it, and then I can be like, don't do that. Reroll.
Be better.
So if it's like something really cool I want to do, like rabbi thing, like just let me know.
I could do a finesse roll instead.
Or if you do major damage. Either way, you're using an action, which is going to put 2 tokens.
You want to get to the one.
I will attack it fearlessly.
Okay, go for it.
Hell yeah.
That's
You
much
add
better for me.
2 action tokens to the tracker.
Yes, I do.
You may make your attack.
Oh,
Yeah.
yes.
You could do it back. I don't think we need to.
No, I'm put it in air quotes.
Yeah. Yeah, you could do it. Honestly, I can't tag team.
Don't you think so?
Do they look easily hittable?
I mean, you guys have hit them so far, but you've been rolling above 20s.
Yes.
I missed with like a 12, I think, last time.
You missed with a 12.
Okay.
I'm just gonna give me,
Use a prayer dice.
yes,
Mm-hmm.
14 plus 3 is 17
17 hits.
with fear.
With fear. You, seeing tentacles besmirched.
Oh, wait a minute. I'm so sorry. I fearlessly hit. That's plus 3 anyway. So I didn't use my dice. It's a plus 3 anyway.
Okay.
I apologize.
seeing the form of tentacles being besmirched and befouled by this creature.
Yeah.
Tentacles are of the divine. They should never be on such foul, hideous creatures. You take a stress as you mentally just can't. You're like in a rage seeing this creature. As you roll with fear, but it does successfully hit. You failed with fear. You succeeded with fear. You didn't fail with hope.
Oh man. Oh shit. Or now I'll use paradise though, and I'll make it 11 hit points.
11 is major damage. And this one already had 4 hit points marked. So as you do it, just disgusted by this tentacle thing that is not of Octavia.
I take it, it's on my face, and I take my hammer and I hit it.
It
Smacking a
splatters.
fly into her forehead.
It splatters, and Mogar and Tulok, as you're kind of up close there, you can see what was once this single entity splatters and falls to the ground as dozens of these writhing tentacles with no seeming body or anything else present. It just seemed like a hive mind entity almost, as it falls to the ground, defeated and discorporated. Excuse me. With a fear, though, action comes back onto me as this Shiner Tangle continues to attack Yavain. It gets a natural 1.
Oh, well, fuck it.
This other one continues its assault on trying to get to the children up on the ship here.
Oh wait, I had a turn.
You
It was
did.
my turn.
Yep.
With
Did you wanna
fear.
move?
Oh,
Yeah, I can do other things.
nah. I know, I did the same.
I would like to run. I would like to run farther to this tumbleweed.
Okay. You're,
I'll stand next to the people. Well, I'm very close. Am I very close?
yes, you're in melee.
Okay.
So if you want to just be very close, you can step back.
Well, I want to be very close to the people so I can shield them if need be. To
Yes.
the kids and stuff. If there's a way to get.
If you want to get very close, it would take more than just your standard. You're very close to the adult, not the children.
Okay, well that'll be good enough, I guess.
Okay, which is good because
Yeah.
as you are running up, you see that Shiner Tangle, no longer distracted by the stone construct, lunges once again towards the Myr'Aht.
Mm-hmm.
It does hit. This doesn't look to be like any kind of a warrior.
Yeah, I use Marcus Stress to stand in its way and take damage.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. What feature is that?
I am your shield.
No, I'm your shield.
It's the same thing that you let me use.
Oh, okay.
Very close to you, take damage. You may Marcus Stress to stand in its way, take the damage instead.
You dive in, your small form leaping up towards the ship to block this Shiner from attacking this Myr'Aht. Again, seeing this mass of spiky tentacles reaching towards you as you dive in to shield him. This one is at full hit points. You do get another Tangle token, so just hang on to the one that you have. There, as it wraps itself onto you and is going to, where'd it go? There it is. Ooh, this one is at full health. 17 physical damage.
And minus it by 7, so 10. Oh, 7 by 3.
That's 14.
2 more. Beautiful.
You good?
Yep.
All right. That is all of my actions. I'll spend a fear to get 2 more actions. You fucking.
Oh, why not? Really putting my look today. I like her. I don't want her to die. I just got back.
As you see, one of
Now I know
these
how I sound all the time.
one of these shiner tangles that had been attacking the rhino seems to be on the hunt for easier prey, and so it kind of rolls under and around the rhino to head to another one of these Myr'Ahts, where it begins to attack. This Myr'Aht, you see, is screaming out as the tentacles start to wrap around, and the mass of this shiner conglomeration just consumes her whole, leaving a few bits of flesh and a pool of blood beneath it
Well, no.
as it consumes her.
What?
They are commoners.
They got nothing.
If they get hit, they die. Because that's how real life is.
Well, but the lion guy
It's
got
not
hit
real life.
hit once.
Before you guys showed
I
up,
guess to the chance.
I don't want to be stuck with those children. We have to save
2 adults left.
Okay,
Be responsible.
They're going back with oil slick chick.
We're
Y'all gotta do some protecting.
we are we're gonna save the other adults for some gifts.
Okay, we gotta save the other adult, not the children.
Well, maybe you guys can split up or something.
For the last action that I have, you see that the final Shiner Tangle also seems to be looking for easier play, and so rambles and rolls its way past Oil Slick Chick and towards one of the children. It, again, the tentacles kind of pulling itself forward as it's rolling one over the other, plants itself into the sand and launches up, these tentacles forming into a mouth, heading straight for one of these Myr'Aht children. That child screams out, and you see the man that you had just saved dives himself and shelters the child as this thing
Am I not close enough?
consumes- What's up?
I'm not close enough?
It's attacking the child.
Yeah. I'm not close enough?
I mean, I moved you if you want, if you have another reaction.
I don't. I used to stress.
Okay, you can use another stress.
An ally very close to
Reduce
you.
the damage
She's
by
very close.
equal. Yeah, it's just an ally. It doesn't say it's a reaction or anything.
Okay.
Yes, please save me.
Okay, I mark another stress and I take this.
Yeah,
Jump in front.
You see it diving for the child. The child is just frozen in fear as it screams out. The man that you had just saved, you see, goes over to protect the child, kind of sheltering them in his arms. And you seeing this, seeing him defenseless once again, you lunge over, having to kind of pull this other tangle along with you as it's latched onto you. To try and protect them as well. It does hit the man, but you mark a stress to move in with it, giving you another tangle token. And this one is also at full health. Doing 15 physical damage. That is all of my action tokens. Actions back on you.
I would love to blast this thing, but I'm fine to wait if you guys want to run up and put yourselves closer to these
I was gonna suggest that.
Melgar has the ability to get up there.
I would like to use my boost ability. If I have an ally in close range of me, I mark a stress to boost off of them into the air and perform an aerial attack.
Oh.
Within far range. I have an advantage on the attack, and I add a d10 to the damage.
Okay.
And I end the action in melee range of the target.
Nice.
So you said in close range of you?
Yeah, an ally within close range of me, and then I can
So
make
you
an attack
can-
on an enemy within far range.
You could run over and launch off of your vein. to
No,
hit
he's
the
right
one
next to
attack.
you.
Right
I'm right
next
next
to
to
I
you.
know. He has multiple options because he has many allies in close range.
Oh, see.
You could go launch off of your vein to attack the one that's on him. You could launch off of
Oh, I'm
this
going.
rhino
I was thinking
to
about
attack the one up
kids.
here.
There's,
Oh,
there's
yeah.
two of them
Okay.
here, you know, and
Yeah,
Jack's
yeah.
kind of alone defending too.
True, true.
You
Alright, yeah.
can go launch off of Jax to land on one of these two.
Yeah, so you
Also,
Yeah,
you
go
can
with the
launch
kids.
off of Tulak.
Okay.
It's right there. I
His
mean,
goal
it's not-
is to get in to
yeah,
protect
in between.
the kids.
So what does this maneuver look like?
So, I look to Tulak and I just go, get me over to the kids. That's my strongest, it's all good. So, you have you raise up your shield and your head like retracts in. And then I go and I jump up and I jump on the shield and the head pops back out and I launch.
I basically like make a ramp for him, and
Yes.
he just like runs up me.
They like a springboard. You.
Yes.
Like,
And you land within far range?
Yes.
Holy.
I do a front flip.
he found a
I'm cool
mechanic
right
to
now.
do
You got,
super
you got
jump
time to do
truck.
more than just one front flip.
Alright, two front flips.
And one black backflip.
Oh, no, that would hurt. I'm trying to stop
As
him.
you land in the sand with these shiners around you and Jax, you can make your attack.
I think his goal was to get there to defend the kids, though,
Oh, yeah,
right?
alright, yeah. No, that's fine.
You don't want to be
Where
on
you
the
wanna
other
be?
side
And
of
you
it.
can move yourself too.
Oh, yeah. I'm also in here.
Sorry, I don't want to
Cool.
speak for you, but
No, it's all good. Appreciate it.
So 2d12,
Oh, that's right.
add your attack modifier.
The first one's a crit
Yeah.
Yes.
for 20.
And you rolled an extra D. You roll an extra D10 on this. You said.
Yes, I
right?
do. I do.
Yeah.
Take a hope. Hang on. First, take a hope.
That goes into my Slayer dice. That's another thing that happens. When I'm full on hope, I get to add a d6 to my Slayer thing.
Nice.
Nice.
Find out what that does.
So I can have it store up to a max of my proficiency, which is 2 at the moment. And then when I make an attack roll or damage roll, you spend any number of these and then add them to the value total.
Yeah.
So you take a hope, you clear stress.
Sweet. I still need to see if I actually need to take that stress. Hold on. I do. It's
And then what are you rolling for damage?
right now.
What are you rolling? What dice are you rolling?
Oh, d10s.
2d10s?
3 plus 10
So you're
And then
doing
you roll
30.
the Slayer dice.
plus the Slayer dice.
So you're doing 30 plus what you roll.
Oh,
Nice.
okay.
It's max damage plus what you roll.
Okay, sweet. So it's one more. So it's 15, 21.
51.
Jesus
I
Christ.
don't care. Plus 2.
53 damage.
Worth it.
Nice.
I think we could have fought the dragon.
You can see
I had faith in our 12 foot tall.
7 foot 12.
7 foot tall, sorry.
No,
You see these this pair of these tangling, swarming shiner things, each trying to destroy the Myr'Aht. You can see Jax quickly inserting herself to protect these civilians from harm, and they're just latched all over. You can see the kind of razor edge on these armored tentacles is slicing into Jax. Your suit getting shredded as we
I'm
speak.
used to it.
Until you see Mogar with his quarter staff just disintegrating one of the shiners that's in front of you.
It's not like a shadow, just like a collection.
Looks down and gives you a big thumbs up.
You felt cold for a second from the shadow.
I am so grateful Octavia brought you to me.
You can get back one of those tangle tokens.
I put it down. I have them in my hand. I
Okay.
have one in
The
my hand.
action is still on all of you.
You trying to get over to that one?
I can protect well. Jax also is doing well as a protector.
Yeah, I'm
Your
okay.
stress is cool, but
If
I
you
can
wanna-
double time and get there. But I don't know if I can actually double time to get there.
Can you get?
If you wanted to make
In the
an
middle.
agility roll to try and move even further, you could. You could also get into the middle and trying to protect this one lone
Yeah.
Myr'Aht woman.
Yeah.
But is that more
Yeah, no,
important
go-
than when you're trying to
Yeah,
do?
yeah, go first. I'm okay.
Okay.
And then if you get there and do whatever you're gonna do, then I'll do.
Okay.
Whatever he's gonna do.
Okay.
Cause she's
Yeah,
she's
let's
gonna
save
die.
these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, she'll die if she gets touched by that thing.
But the tangle thing would probably attack you if you're in front. So.
And you
Okay.
can shield her if you're there.
Okay. So I will do what I can to move up there and attack that tangle thing.
Okay. You may do so.
As a protector.
Okay.
Oh, I can't as a protector. I don't have any hope.
The despair is setting in.
You're hopeless.
13 with hope.
13 misses. You take a hope.
I have hope.
You failed with hope.
Yay!
Hello,
Oh wait, man. I don't like cheering for that.
As the action comes back over to me, a few things happen. One, the Shiner Swarms continue their attack. Let's spin it here to get some more actions on there. So the one attacks Yvain, which has been doing very poorly so far, gets a 10 to hit.
Does not hit.
The one,
It's because I'm standing on top of this thing.
Just out of reach, just.
Just hit it with your staff.
Get out! Okay, stand down there.
one attacks.
It's hitting the fake leg.
It's not a fake leg.
Yeah,
It's not a fake
It's not a
leg?
fake leg.
Oh,
It's
I'm
just a bum.
thinking it's like
It's
a
a
wooden
brace.
leg.
Yeah, no,
Yeah,
it's like I have like a
brace.
fucked up knee. My
Oh.
leg was. Yeah, I have like a magical brace on it until it's tired.
Please
It's not a
stop.
real leg.
I
Please
really
stop
got it.
smacking you with that stick. I feel that.
Actually, I am always in the middle of night. You are poke, poke, poke. I can't feel.
Well, then wake up and stop snoring.
The other two do continue their attacks. One on Jax, one on Tulok. The one on Jax gets a 12 to hit.
Yep.
Take that bramble token back, tangle token. As you have 2 of them now. If you get 3 of them, you are fully restrained.
Okay.
This one, however, no, this one is not taking any damage yet.
Wait, I have one in my hands.
Yes.
Right, this is your second one, because this one has hit you twice.
Oh, it's adding. Oh, it's like suckering onto me more.
Yeah, more.
Oh,
more
got
things
you.
are grabbing
Okay.
onto you.
Got you.
16 physical damage.
Okay.
Oh, I should have done that. Whatever. The other one, attacking Tulok, gets a 6.
Oh, no.
And you also see, as all of this is happening, this sand rhino that had been fighting previously turns and charges towards this Shiner Tangle, giving whoever attacks this particular Shiner Tangle advantage on that attack. In addition, you see Oil Slick Chick, like Naruto running across the sand. As her armored form approaches, and you can see her form seems mostly humanoid, although seeing where this carapace helm on her kind of where the eye slot is, you realize it's not an eye slot. This is literally carapace on her skin. That just has an opening there for the eyes. And you can see as she's breathing, a slit opens in that carapace. It's actually her mouth there. You can also see, obviously, rather than hands, her arms kind of from the elbow down with this long curved, curve this way, blades that she is attacking with. Mogar and Jax, you actually see, as you're kind of close enough as she comes running in, what looks like the kind of the armored form around her stomach seemed like from a distance. You see as you get closer, it looks like another set of arms are like wrapped around with the carapace of those arms protecting her upper torso there. As she runs up and starts hacking and slicing into this one as well, also giving advantage to the next attack on that particular one, putting the action back onto all of you.
Okay, now I have blast this
Okay?
thing. I power push it.
Okay, and you do not have any tangle tokens, right?
No.
Because it has missed you every
Does
time.
this make a fuller action?
No.
Okay.
Any amount of tangle tokens doubles your action tokens that you apply. Once you get 3 of them, you're restrained.
Okay.
Battle Mage.
Using a hope?
Yep.
Okay.
21 fear.
21 hits.
Great. It is blasted back to far range and takes.
Shit boss. He did that once. I have
Ball sacks.
It's like deja vu. I have a clip of him doing that. Blasted back to far
Yeah.
range, rolls the dice, and goes, shit, fuck, ball.
And it takes 4 magic damage. I rolled 2 ones on my D10.
Oh, that's balls.
It
That's
takes,
ball sacks,
it takes minor ball sack damage.
Minor ball sack damage, yeah. But it is blasted back to far range, so
It is blasted back to far range.
stay where I am.
With a fear, it comes back to me. I will spend a fear to get 2 more tokens to get all of them to attack again. This one, however, is rambling its way back towards you, but it seems a little disoriented and kind of like rolls partway up that dune and then starts to roll back down and has to catch itself before it finally gets back over the other side. So it doesn't get all the way back to you with this action. The other one attacks Tulok, which is again a 4, and on Jax is also a 4.
Oh, fuck yeah, it doesn't hit.
Action's back on all of you.
Woo!
To hurl a fireball at the one that's far away now.
Got it?
But I'm going to scooch up
Okay.
to Dean
Mm-hmm.
and then do that.
Cool.
Yeah, it's really hard to heal mine.
Got any healing potions?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, my one thing, I was like, oh, I'll just kill myself. It's not for me. It's for everybody else but me.
Is it your armor or your? Have you been taking armor damage or
Both.
have you been hurting yourself?
Both.
Is your armor fucked up?
It's getting there.
25 to hit with hope.
Take a hope.
And then,
I don't think it's to hit, it's a spell natural, right?
yeah.
Does
I
it
mean,
have-
to succeed, right?
Yeah.
It needs to do that reaction roll
Mhm.
again. And the full damage is 13.
Half on a success.
Half, yes, round it up.
Round it up. Okay, so it takes 7, which is minor damage as well.
Is taking a potion an action?
Yeah.
That's really dumb.
Which is an action. You took your hope. more fire starts to consume this one. But it's still, some big damage.
Every time I get hit, the tentacles get me. My cloak just like flashes red and stuff because it happens instantaneously.
How much time is it to spend to help
To help somebody?
yeah.
One.
One.
To help.
It should be on the play guide right next to you.
I wanna help you, cause I'm full on hope. So when you do your attack.
Okay, great.
Action still on all of you.
Y'all want to hit things?
I
Y'all
should.
hit things.
Y'all want to hit
Mogar, do
things?
you want to hit mine? Because if I hit it, it's 2.
You're tangled.
I'm a little tangly.
Yeah.
I can
She
do
is
At this point, you're like
Right
holding
now.
the mouth that is
Yeah.
formed. Trying to snap towards you. You're kind of holding that up. Mogar!
Mogar, help me!
Help me!
Help!
What do you got?
If I whack it, it's 2 hits, 2 actions instead of 1.
I'm just gonna flail wildly at it.
Okay.
With my quarterstaff.
Flailing sounds efficient sometimes.
As the oil slick chick is also slashing into it, you have an advantage on the attack.
Yeah, I kind of flex my
Roll a
muscles to like
D6 and add it
seem
to
like
your
you're
roll.
strong, whatever.
You're like looking over.
Mogar is a crit machine.
You crit me again? Dude! Fuck that thing up.
Take a hope.
Like you're trying to look all badass and
Nice.
Mogar's just
Yeah,
over there
Mogar.
fucking tearing it up.
Clear stress.
and flicks
No
it.
stress.
Oh my god, he's so cool and chill as a cucumber. My god, I look like
What
a
was the max?
mess right now.
What are you rolling?
2d10 plus
My
10.
So
suit's
it's max, so
fucked up.
20
Okay.
plus your roll.
16.
36 plus your modifier.
Plus 1.
37 damage.
Do you have any Slayer dice?
Plus your Slayer.
Yes, I do. I'm gonna toss that in. 6. 4.
41 damage.
Fuck yeah!
Dude.
Stop showing me up, Mogar.
With Jax trying to keep this thing from swallowing
Oh,
her
doing
whole-
it good, like, not gonna get me.
Looking cool.
And the oil slick chick slicing away at it and distracting it. You come in from behind
Very
with
nice.
this quarterstaff and just smash this Shiner conglomeration to pieces
Hells yeah!
It's worth it.
as it discorporates into like dozens of writhing, sharp tentacle pieces.
Very nice, very nice.
Action still on all of you.
So I lose my tokens,
You do.
both of them?
Yes.
Yeah.
I
That's teamwork.
hit the tumbleweed sandwich
Oh, I was
between me and the
thinking
ride
Whatever.
with advantage.
Noise.
Yep. The sand rhino is giving you advantage.
Sand
That's why we play.
Oh, that's 15. I thought that was
Try to
in
play
2.
Daggerheart.
15.
fun to play.
17 with hope.
You successfully hit it.
Wahoo! Ten, 13, 20.
20 is
Physical.
severe damage.
Swap that.
As you can see, you have sliced away a lot of the sharp tentacles making up this tangle. Only a few of them still remain, but they are still fighting. Action. You want to move anywhere? You staying where you are?
I will. I'll stay there. Yeah.
And that was with hope, with fear.
That was with hope. Yeah,
Did you
Okay.
pick hope?
I did take a hope.
Take your hope, and I am going to spend a fear to interrupt all of you.
You fucking would.
So rude.
This guy. I didn't like her.
And the one comes rambling its way back over towards Yvain. Use the action, roll the dice. It's a 16 to hit.
Yeah, alright.
This one does have. Yep, I have more than 3 hit points marked, so it is doing less damage. It does 4 physical damage.
Alright.
And you take a tangle token.
I guess I should have kept them.
The other one does attack Tulak, which is a 4 again.
Jeez.
No. But I want it to hit me,
Actions
so
back on
I
all of
can
you.
Can I
retaliate.
blast this thing?
Do it.
Great.
Help you out.
Thank you.
Double blast.
Spending a hope to help.
Here, why don't you can roll the help die.
How do you help Yvain blast them? You do a staff slam, right? For the
Yeah.
you like take the top and help them shut it down.
No. What kind of magic are you doing right now?
Power push.
Power push?
Actually, my
Okay.
favorite spell. I think probably my most used spell.
You
is
do
get
use
me.
it. But it's really nice for a mage, like, oh, you
Yeah.
got up close to me, push it.
I know, but poof, get out of here.
I've been known to enjoy it. So,
I dabble.
sit down, and I am behind you, and I'm using my staff to kind of work more magic force on top. So when do that to release it, I have extra force with it.
You top my power push. I know it's weird. It doesn't even mean really anything dirty, but it sounds dirty, doesn't it?
I mean, make your rolls.
And I hope battle mage. Crit.
Take a hope, clear stress.
What do you roll? Exactly. Nice. And I also will. Do you have any stress or hit points now?
I don't know.
When I make a successful striking against an enemy, I may clear 3 stress at 1 hit point, so I will also clear.
Oh, sweet.
Once for short rest.
War wizard.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
So that would be 2d10 plus 2.
Plus 1.
Yeah, so great. 20 plus. Much better this time. 20 plus 13, so 33 plus 2, 35 magic damage. And if it has any substance left, it's blasted back to far range.
Its pieces are blasted back to far range
Like,
as it also falls apart. It's writhing on the ground. There's this path leading out from you, and this shockwave, writhing tentacles.
There's just this scattering, and as all these tentacle fragments hit the sand. Okay, thank you. That was helpful.
Action is still on all of you.
Get him.
Does anyone else want to? No?
Go
Okay.
get 'em.
Get him.
Go get 'em.
Crit.
Still with advantage.
Oh.
What again?
Do you need a number? Do you need something? I have a 4 and a 2.
Can you give me a 2 to my hope?
I can give you
Will
a
that
2 to your
result in
roll.
a-
Two.
It can add it
status
to your roll.
bonus.
Like if you need it, like if you're like at 11 and you need 4 more, you
I
get
can
15 or something.
Also help you re-roll.
Well, I mean, a reroll would maybe make me not have fear.
I mean, do you think you can hit it?
We only have one.
Whatever.
If you think
It's
one-
a 24
Oh,
with
fuck yeah.
Yeah.
with fear.
Heck yeah.
With fear. It hits.
Kill it dead.
13 plus 7 is 20 physical damage.
Is severe damage.
Oh boy.
which does these tentacles constantly slapping towards you. You just keep knocking them aside with your shield. You finally see the opening as the sand rhino kind of lifts it up onto its horn, setting it up for you. You crash through it, and this final Shiner Tangle Swarm discorporates before you,
You're not an adult.
revealing the dead Myr'Aht beneath it. And causing the battlefield to go quiet.
You don't have to be dark. That would have been an ethical dilemma.
And you can see the one Myr'Aht woman that's kind of standing behind you, just kind of locked in fear, finally comes rushing over to where the other Myr'Aht had been. She just collapses to her knees, sobbing out. You can see the man aboard the ship. You can see he's gathering the children up, and this one little girl is also looking over at the puddle with tears in her eyes. And you see he kind of like takes her and directs her eyes away and just kind of holds her tight. Next to him, and he kind of looks over his shoulder at Mogar and Jax as he's looking at you. He's like, "Thank you. Where did you come from? Is that?" And looks over to the oil slick chick. "Is that one going to attack us?"
No. And I get up and I like try to fix my suit a little bit.
Sleeve just falls off. Looks cooler this way.
I bought the other sleeve. No, she's fine. They're fine. You should be safe now. Are you okay?
She is Shiner, yes?
No. Well, I mean, who really is a Shiner? They're not gonna hurt you. Like it's okay. Just go over there though. Okay.
He looks out and you can see, besides the Myr'Aht that you had seen consumed by this thing, the dead sand rhino, based on kind of the other blood spatters on the ground, you get the feeling that they lost a few people before you had gotten here as well. But you do see, he kind of gives another look over to this armored Shiner woman, who's just kind of standing with her three eyes, kind of looking at each of you around. Seems to be kind of like assessing and nodding a little bit. This Myr'Aht man looking at her doesn't seem to fully she looks like a Shiner. And so he is very much kind of keeping the children away and keeping the little girl from looking over to the scene beyond her.
Yeah, I say to him, if you guys need to get away from this, a ship is right over there too. Like,
the crocodile came, it damaged the ship, and he points down. You can see one of the sleds under their ship is completely shattered, so it's kind of sitting off askew. He says, so we had to stop to make repairs, and then these things came. He points out, and you see the girl kind of like quiver a little bit, and he says, we should get them away from here. Thank you. Thank you for coming to our aid.
of course.
I'm not Myr'Aht, but you will always be welcome under my roof. He takes the other little one, kind of scooping them both up. As he heads down off of the ship, and you can see the two remaining sand rhinos, each kind of coming over, and they're both kind of standing with their backs to the Myr'Aht, horns out in this like defensive posture, still scanning around. As he goes over to gather the other remaining Myr'Aht, who's sobbing at the remains of her friend, You see, he comes over and is kind of trying to console her and get her to get her shit together enough to at least get away from this blood spatter. They're just kind of there off to the side. You can see the two rhinos still kind of butts in, horns out, scanning the horizon, looking for danger. As the rest of you kind of gather up. And you can see this armored form of this Shiner woman, as it were, who is kind of looking at all of you as you start to gather up. And you can see these bladed arms that she has as she's kind of also scanning around a little bit, seeing that it's calmed down. Her blades come down. You see the hands, the arms both kind of fold in behind her, allowing for the other arms that the rest of you now can see kind of coming off from around her torso, where you can see not quite a human hand. It looks like 3 long segmented fingers covered in the same carapace under. As they come out, she looks at all of you. She just says, "I have warned you that the holes must stop." And she points, "But there are more. You continue to create them."
Hey, we are not like the lords of land here where we are saying that these holes should be open or not. There are people in power that are causing this to happen. We are trying to find out who.
Make a presence roll, please.
Talk to me that way. I'm gonna add gambler this because I'm just yelling at her right in her face. Being like, don't yell at us for doing this. We're not the ones responsible. We're the ones risking our lives. Ooh. Okay. 26 with fear.
Fear. You see these 3-fingered hands. One of them kind of comes up and waves you away as she just says, "Bah! You are too insignificant to offer the aid that we need. I should have looked for others, but you are the only option that I had. You are the only ones I have come across." She points again over the horizon towards the heart of the desert, towards the direction that this mound is located. "This is not your doing." "What do you do here then?"
Help. Try to close them.
We are seeking the rift. We are hoping to close it.
We know
Perhaps
exactly
you
where
should
it is.
explain yourself.
And seeking answers. We want to find the ones responsible for this and to stop it. Most of us want this to stop.
You see her kind of taking this in. And again, kind of studying each of you with these 3 eyes. She says, "The one responsible is on your side, not ours. What they are doing is dangerous. And it is feeding them. They grow stronger every day.
Who is them?
There are many. But the one who leads them is the most dangerous of them. Hey, where is it in my nose? Mamul. They grow fat and powerful with the creation of these rifts.
What was the one with the Galit? Galit?
Mamul, Galit, yes. He works for Mamul. Pagasa, Celos, Wantaka.
Galit made us feel angry. What does Mamul, do they evoke emotions? Do you know what that is?
This word, emotions. I'm not familiar.
Sad.
When someone
Mad.
you fight with dies, do you feel anything?
I feel great victory.
You feel that is emotion.
Ah, perhaps I am understanding.
You feel opposite of great victory. Here, now.
Because of Rick. To think.
This is much to think. But if you truly are looking to help, perhaps we have more to discuss. These other weaklings, they will survive.
Hope so.
You do not know.
They have adults.
There is no more, I think, that we can do than we have done. We cannot stop for too long.
She looks over her shoulder again across the horizon. And we have many miles to travel. I have searched for you long and far. You may not be what I had hoped to find. But you could be enough. Together we might be able to do something. I've taken great risks to come here. There is an army coming.
Do you fight against this army with others?
I fight against Mamul. We all do.
Mahul is on your side or our side?
Mamul, he looks to grow more powerful. Creation of these rifts is only helping him.
What does he get from the rifts? What does
Power.
he get from here?
It's hard to explain. There is things come through, not things of touch or hear, but things that we feed, that make us grow strong.
Emotion?
I'm not knowing, but I know that with more of the rifts, more comes through. Mamul and those who serve him grow stronger. They send the beast through. She kind of gestures at the other splatters of Shiner remains around.
Those beasts are always aggressive in your land? They've always been monsters to you?
They're beasts. Not like others. Not like Terika. Not like Mamul.
Tarika is your name.
Name.
That
You.
is what we are, how we think of you, Tarika.
That is me.
You are Tarika.
I are Terika.
I am Yvain.
So,
Mogar.
Are very large.
Thank you.
We
Well,
will
Good
travel
luck.
to luck checks.
they're very small.
Thank you.
You will travel with us to the rift.
This is where you go
This is where we go.
to do what?
To try to close it.
To learn as much as we can, and if we can close it, we will close it.
We're plugging the hole.
We will plug hole.
This
If we are able. We are not know so much that
There is a dragon coming.
is this
You know dragon?
name?
Very big, bigger than Mogar. With 13 Mogars?
Ah, Mamul.
But
Perhaps.
not Mahol. It's our
Lake
dragon.
that. That's all.
It's pretty
Closing the rift is pleasing to me.
If we are able.
It
We
will
will
aid
try.
our cause. Hinder and slow Mamul and his followers.
Do you know where next rift will form?
How would I know such things?
Does Mamul not communicate with the site to have rifts open where Mamul wants?
What Mamul does, I do not know. But someone on his side continues to rip holes into our world. Places where things come through.
We have had much to discuss, but also we can discuss while we move. Will you join us on our send ship?
If I am to have hope of stopping Mamul's plan, you are perhaps my best option.
We have lots of hope. Well, they have lots of hope. I don't have a lot of hope right now.
You will when you compliment someone.
Terika will
Yeah.
travel with you if you will allow it. You see, she gives a slight bow of her head.
Does the name Karis mean anything to you?
Kenis. No.
You are welcome to travel with us. And maybe we should double check to make sure that they're,
Give us a few moments, we will see to these folk, and then we will be on our way.
I will watch for more threats. And her first set of arms kind of close around as you.
Does she have like a soft belly? Like
You can see it still seems to be the same kind of carapace covering. In fact, it looks like a solid piece, but that section does look a little bit more malleable than the armored section. And so her arms kind of are protecting that bit as shing shing her bladed arms comes out. And she goes out, kind of scanning the horizon. You go over. I assume you're going over to the Myr'Aht that
Yes,
are left.
we
And you
see it.
can see that the gentleman has kind of gathered the remaining three, the two children and the woman. She seems pretty still, kind of lost in her grief. And he is doing the best he can to kind of keep them all together and keeping an eye out as all of you approach over.
you have repairs that need to be finished, yes?
Yes, many, but there have been more and more attacks.
Do you need help? Is it almost, and I look over at the vehicle, like how damaged is it? Like, can they do it by themselves? Does it look like they need help?
It looks like more than a one-man job. And at the moment, he seems to be the only functional of them. And he just says, Suvar, and he points over to one of the splatters on the ground. Suvar was repairing when the Shiners came. I know little. Perhaps I can get it enough to get us to all, but not quickly.
Should we help with our magic?
We
You're able. Correct digitation.
Fix it, like small things together, we can fix them.
How much fixing could we do with prestidigitation?
Not much.
Repair small objects.
So I can tell you all what you can see is again the one sled on one side of this kind of catamaran sand ship. The one sled has been all but shattered. There is a spare sled mounted up on the ship itself. There's one on your guys' as well. But the whole ship is going to need to be jacked up so that the old sled can be taken out and
We got
the new
it.
sled put into place. If you would all like to help get this ship sandworthy again, you can do so with a group check. So one of you will take the lead the leader will be making the final roll, which will be a finesse roll to fix this ship.
Mulgar had the highest finesse,
The rest of you can contribute however you would like.
I want to contribute with my time lock spell because it sounds badass and I'm looking for an opportunity to use it.
Okay.
So like they just hold it up and then you just freeze it
I'm
in.
freezing it in place, and it can just hover there until the end of the scene.
Give us a read of time lock.
Target a non-living object within far range. That object stops in time and stays exactly where it is until the end of the scene. If a creature tries to move it, make a spellcast roll against them to maintain the spell.
Okay. So you're going to want to hold off yours until it is actually lifted into the air. All right. How are other people contributing to this check?
We're lifting it up. Yeah. Okay, great.
Are you helping or are you?
We're strong.
Yes. I can help you too. Yeah. We can use
Or
the
you
same.
can both make a roll if you wanted to, or if you wanted to help.
Oh,
Either one
I'll
works.
make a roll.
I just figured Jax would lift it. Jax
Because
is
you
gonna
each
be
take a
with
side.
Jack. Yeah, we're just gonna lift each side.
You can both make your strength reaction rolls.
Oh, I critted.
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah.
6.
Crits.
I did
With a
not.
2.
10.
Okay.
I was gonna use ice spikes to come up from the sand and like kind of help these guys push any bits that he's pushing up.
Okay.
Or do we feel like it's pushed up enough and it now needs to be detached?
I mean, yeah, you kind of know the process of what needs to be happening. The ship needs to be lifted, the old one needs to be removed, and the new one needs to be put into place. So, however you want to help with that,
Have they got it up? They're holding it up.
if you want to help them with that.
Well, I mean, I can do the next thing. Try to do the next thing.
You have a crit success and a fail so far.
Okay.
This process.
Then,
I guess I got so excited lifting it, I just reached.
Yeah.
I lifted it so high. My can't grab it anymore.
I try to lift it and it goes higher than I am tall, so I'm now just dangling.
what I do is I put ice spikes up under Jax, and if you want to, you can be raised up into the air to be as tall as the and be bracing it equally.
And all slowly shifting that way and taking you out of the shot.
I'm not moving.
According to the camera, you are.
Okay.
So spellcaster roll.
I can move. Do you want me to move?
That's a 17 with hope.
Okay, that is a success. As you see Jax losing her footing, you send up some ice to help put a base back underneath her so she can continue her attempts to lift this ship into the air. And it is a massive construction that you are lifting up onto one side.
Did Talika see that?
She seems to be watching the horizon.
Okay, cool.
Are you the leader on this?
Yes.
I guess so. I'm just gonna.
So he has to go last.
Okay. I don't know, I mean, I guess since this is a spell, like, it just kind of automatically happens. I can just make a knowledge roll, like I'm doing the spell. And,
Does it require a roll for the spell?
It requires a spellcast roll against, like, if a creature tries to move the object and, like,
Okay.
like pull it down.
So that's an automatic success.
Does that mean we can't take the rudder off it?
No, you
Floating.
so, like, it's the object itself, like, if we want to.
You
like,
get to define
yank
what
it.
constitutes the object.
Because we're trying to remove a rudder from the ship.
She's freezing
Yeah.
the ship,
I'm
but
freezing
not
the
the
ship.
rudder that's attached to it. Yeah.
It's a sled
Yeah.
we're repairing.
Cause it's like
Flutter,
kind of like
yeah,
a
I don't
car,
think
so
it's rudder.
holding the car in place where you can, like, take the wheel off with that wheel
Okay.
right on. As long as you're not trying to yank the car down.
I was just trying to make sure we had the wording correctly, because
The
sometimes
three
that
of
matters a
you
lot.
all-
That's true.
The three of you all working together to get one side of the ship kind of pivoted up on its side so that that whole sled is accessible. Once you get it into place, Sumi starts to cast this spell. What does it look like when you freeze time on an object?
I mean, I guess since we're around second, I kind of start the spell up with some hand gestures, and it almost looks like I'm doing some kind of wind spell as the sand kind of lifts up a little bit. But it like shimmers more and more, and it's almost glitter like snow as it comes up around the object, and then it all the little crystals kind of like explode like little flashes of light and just freezes.
The ship freezes into place, held akimbo over the sands, leaving that final sled available for repair. This Myr'Aht, as he seems to have consoled the remaining survivors enough that they're kind of taking care of themselves, the rhinos forming this protective ring around them. He has come over to assist in your assistance of fixing his ship. So Mogar, as the leader of this group check, you are going to make the final finesse roll to try and tinker with this sled under the ship. The Myr'Aht is giving you advantage on said roll.
Nice.
So you're going to make a finesse roll and add a d6.
Yes, I just grab this. Where is the sled? Actually, the replacement sled, for the ship.
It was lashed on to the ship itself before it was lifted out of the way. He kind of got it all down and got all the pieces together that you would need to both remove the broken one and replace it with the fresh one.
Put it on where it needs to be and try to do it as fast as possible. Kind of like a pit stop and like NASCAR. Exactly. I'm not a stranger to wagon repair, so it kind of comes a little easier. So I'm going to add resourceful to that.
Nice.
Okay.
Oh, I do advantage, yeah.
If you're using experience, you spend a hope.
Oh my god, are you kidding? Are you kidding? Didn't you say your character never critted?
Yeah, the other one, yeah!
And you critted, I think, every single time you rolled that dice.
You've been on fire tonight.
Damn.
So you use the hope to use the experience.
Damn.
And then on a crit, you gain hope and
Why does
clear
it look
stress.
so good in front of her? I'm trying to look good in front of her.
I'm just nonchalant about it too.
Who is
Which
it?
lets me add Zen, plus 2 more.
Full moon right now.
Damn it.
And
What's going on?
very familiar with wagon repair. This is a completely different structure to you, but you're like, I got this, easy. Crack the hooves. And quickly set to work dismantling the broken sled that was underneath and getting the other one back into position. Once you have it kind of firmly affixed in there, you hope it's held on well enough. Myr'Aht is just kind of nodding his head like, this is good work. Perhaps you are looking for a job?
Not at the moment. My hands are kind of tied.
I see no ropes.
Expression.
With that, he says, well, let's get it on the sand, see if it holds up. And the rest of you kind of lower as you release the spell. You lower the ship back down the last couple of inches, just kind of let go, and it sets onto the ground. You see the whole thing kind of creak and groan as it settles into place. But the attachment of the new sled seems to hold quite well. In fact, it is good as new.
Nice.
On there, you can barely even tell that it has been repaired. As this Myr'Aht just comes over and he takes your hand in his. As he, thank you, thank all of you. I do not know we would all be honors if not for all of you. And thank all of you, Truster. Thank the Shiner too.
If you make it to Old, let them know that
Hijinks by Jack.
hijinks by Jax is made at this spot.
The dragon is gone.
No, watch out for the dragon. The dragon is still there.
No, the dragon is
Still there.
traveling to meet us. By the time that you get to Old, the dragon actually should be gone.
Yeah. It is safe though. We were going to avoid it, but if it is safe there.
I would not say it's safe.
We are not sure.
If you do not see the dragon, you can try to make it down there. It is safe down in the underground. But if you see dragon, avoid. Go to the edge. You can make your way down.
Dragon
Just
should
go to the evacuation zone.
No,
Yeah.
we passed Ob to get through to here, so I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, the dragon did say it was coming this way, but, I mean,
Dragon should
Dragon.
be gone,
Dragon
but
should be
dragon is unpredictable. Evacuation zone may be safe.
with kids,
You
you
have
should
to
probably
make your own
go.
decision. Ob in the underground is safe, and there are people there.
Dragon defenders on the ground will take care of you and protect you if you are able to reach the kingdom.
Perhaps this is best. Thank you again for coming to help.
So do you guys need any help? Are you all okay? Are you bleeding? Do you need
You
help?
can see there a few minor injuries, but they're stable to travel, as it were. And you see he just kind of, his shoulders droop a little bit, and he says, our homes are destroyed. Shiners have overrun everything, and now we flee. We are as okay as one can be in such a situation. But we are grateful for what you have done here. And he goes into the ship and kind of pulls out these look like kind of hollowed out gourds in the hands to each of you.
Oh my god.
Is that got alcohol in it?
Better water.
Oh,
You will not need.
Yeah, are you sure? We don't need these.
We do have supplies.
There is a place to refill ahead.
Okay.
Now that it is just the
No.
four of us, we can travel a bit faster.
Well, we did pass one of the painted taverns, and I did look at it.
This is good news. It'll be good to see other Myr'Aht. Thank you again. Hi, Jinx. Bye, Jax. We are forever in your debt.
What was your name?
Good question.
That would come up again.
And Myr'Aht. If I see you again, I will buy you a drink. But he kind of looks up. The sun's still scorching overhead. Only so many hours of light left to travel. I will take what remains of my family. We will find safety elsewhere. You always find water and shade.
You as well.
Go in peace.
Moon and stars.
He nods and heads off. You can see they all, the Myr'Aht at least, climb up on to the sand ship that they have. And you can see that he's kind of taken some of the harnesses off of the sleds and is using them for the rhinos as well, to kind of do a tandem pull sailing operation to head out over. He very much has to help the other Marathis up. The woman's still buried in her grief, as well as one of the children, and even the second child, the young boy, small enough that he needs a hand up anyway, but he as well seems pretty shaken up by this whole experience, if not the experience leading up to them having to evacuate to begin with. But one by one they get onto the ship, and you see he heads in the back, kind of checks a few of the moorings and the lines, and checks the steering rudder. Before he kind of gestures down to the two children, and they look over the back of the ship as you see the sail kind of comes down and fills with air, and the children all give a little wave back to you as their ship starts to sail off across the sands of the desert. Terika, the shiner, oil slick chick, kind of turns back, walking towards all of you, as she just says, "So, Terika and Hijinks,
Hijinks by Jax.
we go, and in this threat."
Da. Come with us.
As you head over towards your own sand ship with Terika in tow. That is what we will pick up with next time as you continue your journey towards the ancient lair of the Era Despot, where the rift has been formed.
All those wasps.
All of you out there in audience land, thank you again for joining us. Thank you for letting us know about the audio issues. Hopefully we fixed them enough that it was bearable. We appreciate all of you oh so much. We hope that you have been enjoying this journey, and we will see you next week for the next episode of Fail with Hope. Be good to yourselves and be good to each other. We'll see you all then.
Bye.